Hello guys, it's been a while, but I am back with a new video. This time I'm gonna talk about one class that is probably one of the best classes benefiting from the prime mechanics, and I guess like kind of one of the best in terms of leveling experience, and that class is a knight. I'm gonna talk about leveling that knight to a level 99. Is in your first level 99, so the regular knight, not a lord knight, just a little bit, and share my experience leveling at that class, because that was my first character on European Prime server. And yeah, I have a little bit of an experience now with it, being a level 95 lord knight. I have something to compare with too, and can tell you what to expect if you're leveling a knight in the future. So what is making a knight like one of the best on the prime server and the prime mechanics? The main thing is really good AoEs, as in the whole two of them, Bowling Bash and Brandish Spear. Both of them got changed in the prime mechanics, and both of them are really good. I would say Brandish Spear might be a little bit more convenient AoE to play, but as you can see in the video, and this is just like a video from my stream, the highlight from my stream, where I'm leveling in the Magma dungeon. As you can see, my knight is using Bowling Bash, and the reason is pretty simple. My build is all over the place, and was all over the place really, and I picked the two-hander option with a little bit of Agi that I was leveling to make my early levels a little bit more pleasant to go through, because as I said, this is my first character on the server. I had nothing before, I had no money, I had no gear, I had nothing, so in this sense a little bit of agility helps you with getting through those early levels to get to the part where you can actually get some gear and everything, and get some power for your character. So this build was kinda like the regular two-hander build with two-hand quicken and everything, so you can auto-attack a little bit, and then also on top of that you can AoE with Bowling Bash. So it's a little bit more flexible, since with Brandish Spear I would be kind of tied to Brandish Spear, and that wouldn't be too bad, but for early levels that'll be a lot harder, like being a swordman for example, when you don't really have like, you know, proper priest to support you, like the pocket priest or something for buffs, when you don't really have money to buy consumables like meat and everything. It's a little bit harder with the pure Vit build. So yeah, this little hybrid build is kind of nice if you want to start on the server, I would say, even though I would make some changes, and I will talk about that a little bit later. But what in the end is that good about Knight for the first character? Well, actually, I would say another option for the first character could be like a rogue or something, just so you can get gear, because rogues are pretty good with it. But if your goal is to like level fast and then think about gear, then knight would be a better option. Main reason why is that, yeah, is that you can do what you can see on the screen, what I'm doing right now in the Magma dungeon. You can go level there, and you don't even really need a group, you just need your own priest. You just need a priest who will give you buffs, like your second window priest, for example, as in my case. And you can already kind of do some exping solo. If there are no groups, for example, no one recruiting, you know, not the peak time on the server, all groups are full, you can find something, you can just go solo. And Magma is a really good XP. It's like another option where most of the classes are leveling at 84 plus is Dark Priests. And I find this area a little bit depressing, to be honest. Not a big fan, especially past level 90. XP kind of starts flowing already a little bit slower. It's not as slow as classic Ragnarok, of course. Like, it's still very fast, but like it gets a little bit more grindy, let's put it that way. While Magma Dungeon can provide you with a lot of XP, and you can level very fast there. Especially in the group. If you can find a group, it will be even better, but you can solo, and you can solo the way, as you can see, I am doing it right now. And Bowling Bash I find a lot more convenient for that, because as you can see, you can just run up to the pack of mobs, press Bowling Bash, and immediately teleport away, because there is no cast time on Bowling Bash. It's just a swing and damage is done, and then you teleport away, and damage from the mobs doesn't reach you that way. So you are very safe leveling that way, unless you get like very greedy, which happens. But otherwise, if you are careful and have all your fly wings, you probably will need infinite fly wing for that, to be honest. Otherwise, you will need to carry like a metric ton of wings, which is not always convenient. So with infinite fly wing, you can just fly around the map, find a decent pack of mobs, get in there, swing your bowling bash, teleport instantly, don't get any damage, and keep doing that all the way until you're tired of leveling or you reach the level you wanted to reach. It is pretty simple. In case of Brandish Spear, it's a little bit worse because Brandish Spear has a little bit of a cast time, and you can't fly wing during the cast time, for example. So that might get a lot riskier because you're already like out of your fly wing safety moment. You run towards the mob, you start casting. They already kind of approach and start hitting, for example, and you have like tighter window to fly wing away to not take the damage. So it's a little bit more scary, I would say, even though Brandish Spear generally is a lot more convenient since it has a little bit of range and you can start casting it a little bit, from the distance. But I kind of find, for this method of leveling, at least in Magma, I find Bowling Bash like a little bit easier to use, a little bit more straightforward and simple. So that is one of the options. As one of the options, the other option will be using Brandish Spear here, and that's pretty much it. You are pretty much the only class on just a regular second job, non-transcendent, non-reborn, that can go in Magma and do stuff solo, really. Like the other classes are like priests, bards, and dancers, and they only get in group. They obviously can't really solo this effectively. On the transcendent jobs, there will be another class that joins the AoE capable classes, and it's Assassin Cross with the Meteor Assault, because they can also get really good damage on that, and they can kind of act as a knight there in a way, even though it's a little bit different way of AoE, different class, but they also have pretty good survivability, a really good multiplier, HP multiplier from Vit and everything. So they are quite capable, but yeah, they only can do it on their Transcendent class, and you can do it already on your first trip to 99 and avoid leveling on like Dark Priest, for example, which is beautiful. And that's why I like Knight a lot, because Dark Priest, I went to Dark Priest with my Knight for some time, and then with my Lord Knight also for a little bit. I got like 84 to 90 on Dark Priest on Lord Knight, and that was actually like completely doable. That was fine. But past 90 is a lot better in Magma, I have to say. That's just like more XP, more action, let's put it that way, and yeah, it's just better. So let's talk about like the actual build. So first things first, the gear. My gear here, I didn't find like the proper moment when I opened my gear, but it's like literally panties and undershirt for Samagi and Flea. It's I think I had a rosary as accessory, and the second one is my wedding ring with my window priest. And then I had a snake hat, and well, yeah, that's pretty much it. And for the weapon, I just used the regular two-handed sword from the store, not even upgraded here. Like I didn't even upgrade it. Like it's literally my first character. I had like nothing, no money, so it's +0 two-handed sword. That's pretty much it. So if you will manage to get some better gear, you will do way better. Obviously, like Snake Hat is not doing much here when you're AoEing. Like double attack doesn't really do much. So yeah, it's literally pretty much almost naked here, just like the basic, like the NPC weapon store, armor store, equipment, and yeah, as you can see, it can do something, and that's beautiful. So now about stats. Stats I have. Stats I'm gonna show. I'm gonna have the picture up that I put the screenshot from the video. That might be already up on the screen. I'm gonna put it there, and yeah, it's all over the place. So as I said, my goal was pretty much to create some sort of like hybrid in a way, and I would say it kind of went okay. But yeah, this agility is not for like solo auto attack leveling, to be honest, because like it doesn't give you enough flee and you still take a lot of damage. So you either need consumables again or you need a priest with you that's gonna be healing you, which was kind of like the case for me. So that helped me. That helped me to sustain myself a bit. But yeah, for some people it might be a little bit more complicated, and then I would suggest probably to get more agility, to be honest. Like as you can see, you can just like slam the bowling bash and teleport away. So I would say you can save some on vitality, for example, and get more agility, get more strength. Maybe try to reach the one shot with bowling bash. With enough mobs and like a Spursio and full buff, for example. That would be really good if you can do that, because you can see I'm two-shotting all the time. And yeah, that kind of makes it a bit more complicated, because you have only like, one shot, one opportunity, only one swing, and then you teleport away. So you can't loot, which is sad, because loot is pretty good here, but yeah, you basically can forget about looting and can forget about money here. Which is unfortunate, but well, kinda inevitable. Gonna make some sacrifices. You get XP, but you don't get loot. Another side effect of not being able to one shot is if you solo and you need to go outside of the map to your priest for rebuff, heal, and stuff like this. Then those mobs that you hit like once, they might get finished by others while you're out of the map, so you're not gonna get your share of XP. So you're wasting a little bit of it. So one-shotting is obviously really, really good here. But yeah, I would like for first character, for leveling, I would rather probably pump more agility to like 70 or something. That will give you a lot more attack speed, and that will give you more like soloing capabilities, which will help you to reach to this level 84, to Magma dungeon. And it will help you to also go from time to time to some other areas to farm, like for some gear, for some money, some equipment to sell, some cards, so you can like make some money for your own equipment too, because it's not always about not only about the leveling. You need also to gear up a little bit, to not run like me with the two-handed sword with no upgrade. So yeah, that is a good option in my opinion, to put more into agility. That would be probably the best choice, I would say, in terms of stats. Other than that, you just need to keep in mind that you need a decent amount of dex. Like the dex you see on the screen was maybe a little bit short here. Like I think was it Nightmare Terrors, where sometimes I was missing them. Not very often, but sometimes. So you kind of want to pump a little bit more dex there. And everything else, yeah, up to your taste. I would say int is kind of nice to have, so you don't need too much of a downtime to regen your mana and everything. And yeah, you can cut luck, kinda. Even though luck is kind of good for getting some extra attack, and if you will get a lot of agility, that luck will also help you with those crits with your attack speed, which is also good. So yeah, basically like the only thing to keep in mind is like have a decent amount of strength and decent amount of dex to hit and to hit hard. Even though I guess maybe if you're not one-shotting, you can lower strength too, and like add more survivability for you. Like if you're not one-shotting anyway, that could be an option too. And basically a lot of freedom here, I would say. The only like the main thing is to have your bowling bash or brander spear. You really need those, and then your leveling will become a lot better in this area. All the way up until this, you just follow the meta areas lineup that I posted in my previous videos. You just go to those areas, join the groups, level with everyone. The problem is you're not gonna probably get a lot of AoE action there. That's why kind of agility and auto attacking is a little bit of a better choice. You can try to mob train like Hodes, for example, but you'll need to spend mana to aggro them with Provoke or something. Then you need to like try to gather a decent amount of them, and then you need to AoE them. And there might be a lot of people who will be like constantly killing them when you try to mob them. So yeah, that's probably like one target way of leveling all the way until 84 will be preferable, I would say, and that's why like having some agility and everything is good. Even though like the Spear Knight is like stronger in the sense of AoE, and a lot of like there were groups even who were refusing to take you if you are two-hander with Bowling Bash. They wanted only brandish Spear Knights. I haven't seen that in a while though, so I guess that may be already not that big of a deal. And I still managed to like slide in those group no problems as my Bowling Bash Knight. So it is doable. And yeah, there's almost always some recruitment going on in Magma Dungeon, and they need a lot of knights. They like, if there's only like one bard, one dancer, one maybe two priests in the group, then you know everything else is filled with knights, lord knights, and assassin crosses. So you most likely will have no problems leveling and finding groups at 84 plus level or Magma. Well, to be more like safe and get more XP actually, better go there with 90, but I would probably like go there as fast as possible just because it's a really good source of XP. But not a lot of money if you can't loot, and if you can't one-shot, then you most likely can't loot. On Lord Knight, you already can get the build that will be one-shotting very reliably, also with a very cheap equipment, but well, that will be kind of like topic for another time. For now, it was all about getting your first trip to level 99. I might talk about Lord Knight like some other time. I can't say I'm like a super pro in general at all the builds and classes and stuff, but yeah, I mean, I can just share my experience and what worked for me and maybe will work for you, and I hope it will be a little bit useful. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope it will help someone to decide what to pick and which build to make, and to join our European Prime server family and level up your knight. It's quite a fun class. I'm enjoying it. I'm not regretting my choices, even though right now obviously I'm like making a lot of alts and everything just because I like a lot of classes. That's pretty much it. But knight is a very comfortable and nice class to start and in general to play. It's like very smooth sailing, let's put it that way. So yeah, thank you again, and I will see you in my next video or on my stream, twitch.tv/comradenerdy. I am there like 5 days a week, except like usually on Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm gonna take my little vacation soon. So there'll be no streams and no videos for the second half of August, but when I return, I probably, maybe even before I even go, I will try to make maybe the Lord Knight video, maybe some other ones. I kind of want to show my meme Crusader build, which is kind of interesting and pretty viable too, so might be interesting for some people to see. And yeah, I'll see you all guys next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow my channel if you like my content, and see you all. Bye bye.